So I'm getting ready to go out and find some fish, and I thought I'd just show you the gear that I'm going to take with me. So starting on the right, it was a little chilly this morning, so I brought my jacket, and it also looked like it might rain, so it's nice to just have that along if you need it. I have my net. My net is pretty handy. It's got a measuring stick on the bottom of it, so you don't have to get a separate measuring tape out to know the length of your fish. I carry my pliers, Apollo pliers, just in case I get a hook that is stuck a little too hard. Bear spray. It's important out here. There are grizzly bears, and they won't think twice about eating you if they're hungry. Sunglasses. GoPro for today, hoping to get a little footage. Unfortunately, I don't quite have the right mounts to get much action footage, but I'll bring it along anyways. I like to bring a life straw out there and just drink the river when I get thirsty. Tastes great. And this is much lighter than carrying water with me. I also like to bring some snacks, pocket knife, tackle box. This is the lure I plan on using today. My fishing license, my rod and reel, which I carried disconnected because I put everything on the dirt bike and drive out to the spot. I have my phone for taking pictures. I also have Google Maps downloaded onto my phone, which is very useful out here, because even though that you don't have service, you can find your location. It kind of shows you where you are relative to the nearest road or trail. And then most of the pros have a vest that they put everything in, but I just carry my backpack, which is an REI backpack. It's the Ruck Pack 28 liter. Two other things that I have with me are my waders, which are drying out, ready to go. These are my duck hunting waders, so they are not ideal for trout fishing. The reason being is because the bottom of the boot is rubber, and out here in these streams it's good to have felt bottom boots because they stick to the rocks a lot better. And last but not least, I have a creel that I take with me. Makes it easy to transport fish. So that is the gear that I use when I go out trout fishing out here, and seems to be a pretty decent setup for me. Now it's time to go out and catch some fish. Show you what I just caught. Quite a beauty. So I've already got my limit for this size fish for today, so this guy gets to go free. So I just caught my daily limit for today. The limit out here is you can keep 1 over 12 inches and 2 under 12 inches each day. So I caught one about 13 inches and then 2 just under 12. So that's perfect for me because one fish is a good meal, a good sized meal. I was a little bummed because I caught the 13 incher pretty early on in the day. And then just a little bit ago, I caught about a 15 incher and it looked really nice, but had to let him free. But that's okay, he'll grow bigger. So anyways, trying to find my way out of here now. Just found a little deer. It was just peeing, so I'm gonna get a little privacy. Okay, now it's done. Mule deer are funny, how they bounce. Oh, there's another one. There you go. Just to give you an example on how wide open things are down here. It's spread out. You might be able to see some cars right there. That's where I parked. So the river goes down this valley, down at the bottom, and I hiked, fished all the way down, pretty much straight down from my rod tip right here. And that took me about 2.5 hours. And the walk back is maybe 3/4 of a mile. So, and I caught plenty of fish in that time. So it just shows you how many fish are out here. It's pretty cool. So, in the cleaning process, what I first like to do is just rinse off the fish, just since they've been sitting in the creel, and get a little of the slime off. Then what you want to do is grab your knife, make sure it's nice and sharp. This knife is definitely a little bit big for what I'm doing here, but it's what I've got, so I'm just going to use it. So what you want to do is start right here in that little hole, stick your knife in, and very carefully cut up the belly. Try not to stab the guts or anything. You don't have to go very deep, just enough to get through the skin. Be very careful of your hand. Switch positions if needed. All the way up to the mouth area. Open it up. You'll see the guts on the inside. And then it's very simple. All you need to do is take your finger and just pull the guts right out. And then just cut the little tube that comes down. The other thing that you need to do is, if you get a good look on the inside, there's a blood line that goes up the tailbone here. So if you just take your thumb, you can squeeze it right out of there. Gets to be a little bit of a bloody mess. And then just take this to your sink and rinse it out. In my case, I'm going to go down to the river and rinse him off in the river. So I'm going to put him in here for now. Trout are definitely one of the easiest fish to clean in my opinion. So quick, so easy. For cooking, you can either leave the heads on or off. I have a fairly small pan, so I like to cut the head and the tail off just so it fits in there a little bit better. So I usually just cut right behind the gills, try not to waste any meat, and just carefully slice right through. Put that in your gut pile, and then take the tail just right kind of where the fins end right there. Also, for cooking purposes, I like to open it all the way up. So I take my knife and slice this back section open as well. Now we can go rinse them off. served on a paper plate because I don't feel like doing dishes. Good way to know if it's done for sure is if the meat and the skin just peel right away from the bones, and still watch out for bones because they sneak in there very easily. So good. So simple, so good. Wash it down with a nice glass of milk. Tastes so good. Pretty cool to be eating something that came out of that river right out my backyard. Give it a try. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to enjoy my fish dinner. I'll catch you later.